Today we talk about the spring action behind each technique. Hey, welcome to Practice Wing Chun, where we discuss Wing Chun and answering training related questions. My name is Edgar, and it's episode 70 of Practice Wing Chun. Today, before we get started, I just want to thank everyone that's been continuing to watch the show, liking, sharing, and commenting. I really appreciate it, and it's just been great to see all these people, names I'm starting to recognize, that I see every time when I post something, they like it or they comment on it. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Next thing is, I finally completed the 30-day Practice Wing Chun challenge, but I made some exceptions. I added some rules and changed the challenge slightly for me. So for me, I no longer counted the weekend days just because some days I just needed rest. So I only counted the weekdays, which is why it took much longer for me this time around to hit 30. So if you're not familiar with the 30-day challenge, the Practice Wing Chun challenge, it's essentially doing Wing Chun every day, whether it's just for a minute or for an hour, as long as you put in the time to get up out of your seat and just practice the technique or go through your form or what have you. So I did this, finally hit 30. Today is actually day 31. And the idea is to not just do it for 30 days. It's supposed to be a way to start building good habits to leading to doing it every day. So day 31, and we keep going strong. So anyway, today I want to talk about the spring action behind each technique. So I'm not really too experienced in this, so this is more experimental for me to try to learn and figure out how to efficiently utilize it in my techniques. So normally when you do techniques, it's just there. But for someone at a higher level, they rely on utilizing their entire body to do the technique, so that everything is just aligned, so that the power behind each technique, whether it's a strike or a block, is there from ground up. So the spring action is essentially using your entire body to do the strike, your entire body to block. I can't really demonstrate how it looks, but essentially it's more power. So versus just doing the motion, my whole body's moving for that strike. Instead of just using my arms, I'm using my whole body, putting my whole body behind my strikes. And the same could be applied for blocking. You're just putting your whole body into it. And my friend Mark, who you've seen in the previous video, also had a great explanation of explaining this spring action. He actually does it so well at explaining it for me to understand. It's essentially just going in and coming back out. So whether a strike's coming at you, you just sink in, wait for them to retract, and then spring out. And that for me was just so much easier to understand, easy to do. I don't have to think about recoiling or putting my whole body into one motion. I just think about in and out. And essentially, I guess it's kind of like a hack of simplifying things. And because of that, I have a better understanding of this spring action. So thank you, Mark. Now, what about you? Have you been taught this or discussed this idea of spring action? I keep saying it. It sounds like I'm talking about the seasons, but I'll try to figure out a better word to say it or describe it. But essentially, do you know the concept or idea behind this? Are you putting it into practice in your drills, in your training, in your chi cell? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna keep working on it. So until next time, keep training.